My name's Olivia McNeil. I go to Clemson University and I'm studying mathematics teaching.
Hi, I'm Alberto Smith. I go to Wooddale High School. I'm 17 years old in the 12th grade, and I love using my Casio in trigonometry and algebra.
My name is Casey Cohn. I go to Clemson University, and I am a secondary education and math major.
Hi, my name's Level Wall. I go to Clemson University. I'm studying mathematics teaching.
Advance. From the company who invented the graphing calculator, Casio's Prism boasts numerous impressive advancements, including its energy-saving design. Move beyond black and white and into the next generation of graphing calculators, with features like Prism's patent-pending Color Link.
When I first picked up the Prism, I was really impressed. It was a big step forward for anything I'd used in the past. The screen is great, the colors are very vivid. The Prism is really progressive. It's not just a standard box. When I'm mapping different graphs and different equations, they come up as separate colors, so it's really easy to see. And if I'm looking at a book, it looks the same. I can easily see that they're comparable to the same thing that I would find in a textbook. I've been taking a test before and had my calculator tell me low battery in the middle, and there's no way that I can get other batteries. With the Prism, it was so much easier because there's a status bar built in right there that tells you how much battery you have left.
With this calculator, you have all the different graphs are different colors, which makes it a lot easier to determine which graph is which color, and it's a distinct line.
Being able to actually graph inequalities and see the different shading, if you want to do more than one function, then you can do one function in blue and you can do the other in red, which can be extremely helpful when you're using this with students who don't really have a good understanding of functions. I really like the dynamic function as well, because you can look at the graph and figure out, okay, if I change a on ax squared plus bx plus c, you can figure out how that's actually going to change the function. The textbook display on the calculator is so much easier to look at and understand when you're solving equations.
I really like how sleek this calculator is. It's really thin, and it has a color high-resolution screen. Also, on the main menu, there's 19 different options that you can go into, and each of them are described with a whole word. So there's no acronyms that you have to figure out, especially with inequalities where you're shading from side to side. I really like how it shades the entire area in a transparent color so that when they overlap, you can see this one's purplish because the red overlapped with the blue. And you can see through the colors to see where they overlap. When you write it on paper or see it in a textbook, the fraction, it's one number on top of another, and you can have a whole little function on the numerator of your fraction and a whole nother function on your denominator. High resolution and the color on the screen and all the different menu options that you can run simultaneously, I assumed that it would use a lot of batteries really fast. I was wrong. This calculator uses traditional batteries, so you don't have to get the rechargeable ones or plug it in or anything, and they last even longer than my batteries lasted on my old calculator.
Imagine. New teaching applications like Prism's picture plot technology allow students to gain a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts. Help your students visualize the math that surrounds them through the use of real-world images.
Using picture plot, it's really easy to show mathematical concepts that are all around us in everyday life. To use equations that actually model the situations that are on the picture plot, which is really great.
You can have some Ferris wheel or something like that, and you can put all your graphs, your different plots on top of that particular picture, which it gives me the kind of feel as if when you were learning basic arithmetic and your parents bring you pennies or quarters for you to add math with. It's a lot easier to do this kind of math when you have some visual representation of what you're doing.
I really like the picture plot function on the Prism. For example, this one's a bridge, so you can find a function that sort of matches the shape of the arc on the bridge. And you can really understand math in terms of the world that surrounds you every day.
Prism is a new instructional tool that engages students in a way not seen before on a graphing calculator. Intensify and sustain a robust academic environment with technology that raises students' belief in their ability.
picture plot on the Prism is really helpful because you can actually see how math relates to real-world life situations.
I think it's really cool that you can visualize and draw your own shapes and perpendicular bisectors and angle bisectors and actually see what angle it goes to what side and the matching parts. I carry around my Prism all the time, whereas I used to just leave my calculator on my desk at home and use it for basic computation. This one is in my backpack with me all the time. I use it in 3 of my different math classes, not just one, and I think it's incredibly useful. This is a great thing that teachers should be able to use, and I will definitely use when I'm student teaching, just because it helps students understand and reinforce concepts. When you use the Dynograph feature and the picture plot feature, you can bring the world around them into the classroom with them and help them understand the concepts much better.
With the Prism, it was really easy just to jump right in. There was no memorization, no checking the handbook or anything like that. It was basically just push on and go.
Progress. Finally, a graphing calculator that combines form and function, style and substance. Discover how our new technology can give you a new perspective on Casio in the classroom.
As soon as I got the Prism, I was immediately showing it off to anybody that would listen to me. I'm not a great test taker, and it's really easy to use tables and graphs and go back and forth and interchange. I can easily switch back and forth, and that saves me time.
I mean, come on, you can't get better than this.
It looked like you could do almost anything with this calculator.
Really? It's not that hard. It's pretty easy to figure it out.
Discover.
Discover through Prism means to me that I can reinforce math concepts and discover new ways of teaching math to my future students.
To me, Discover through Prism means that when I teach, I can help my students discover math in the world around them. Students will discover new things that they've never even thought of.
Discover through Prism to me means not only finding an answer through Prism, but actually understanding mathematical concepts better while using the calculator. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand.